So now that the dust has settled, it's been roughly 2 weeks since these officially released, and while we know many early pairs hit the market in advance, according to the rumor mill, Nike dropped roughly 500,000 pairs of the reimagining of this arguably top 5 Jordan release of all time. So of course, I'm talking about none other than the Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined, which I feel like now most people should have their pairs in hand. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to revisit this sneaker and ask the question, were these worth the hype? Are y'all rocking with these? Because I feel like before, a lot of people were having these in the conversation early for sneaker of the year. And I feel like they do have a valid argument, because let's just say hypothetically, the Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined was to drop last year in 2023, which I feel like the consensus majority of sneakerheads, most people had either the Jordan 3 White Cement or the Jordan 4 SB Pine Green up there for sneaker of the year. So I feel like as far as these Jordan 4 Breds, if they were to have dropped last year, you're almost getting like the best of both of those releases. So when comparing them to the White Cements, you got a classic colorway, with these Breds. And then as far as these Pine Green goes, these new Jordan 4 Breds, apparently feature that new mold. They got the leather finish, apparently are a little more comfortable than the original pair. So I feel like as far as throwing these up for sneaker of the year conversation, if these were to have dropped last year, they definitely would have been in a lot of people's talk. So I feel like you have a valid argument as far as sneaker of the year, but I seem like as far as these Jordan 4 Breds, prior to the release, when I actually called these bricks, I may have pissed off a few people. I do feel like the majority of the audience did understand what I meant there. And when I called these bricks, I wasn't talking about they weren't a hot sneaker. I meant that Nike has kind of found the sweet spot as far as this release goes. I feel like they forecasted the demand for these perfectly, dropping, roughly 500,000 pairs of these up in the retail to 215, not leaving much room for the resellers out there. So I'm not talking about people that are just buying up like 1 or 2 pairs to make their pair a little bit cheaper. I'm talking about these botters and scalpers who are buying up hundreds of pairs of these, investing hundreds of thousands of dollars into these releases just to make minimal returns on like the big money sizes. So as we forecasted the market previously, now taking a look at the secondary market, it looks like, just as I mentioned, prices haven't really gone up, and we're talking about the big money sizes. So of course, this being a classic, Jordan release, I feel like definitely over time, these will eventually go up or something like that. But we ain't in it for the long time hold. We're in it here to rock sneakers. So I feel like as far as the resellers go, it's time for the vultures to get up out of the sneaker community. Right now, sneakers are kind of getting back to the essence, and sneakerheads are just buying the shoes that they want to rock. So as far as these Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined, definitely a solid, great release from Jordan Brand. Even with the new reimagined finish, sneakerheads were definitely rocking with these. And what we've seen so far from the Jordan Brand lineup, I feel like down the road, a lot of people are going to kind of double back on this release, and these will most definitely be in the conversation for sneaker of the year. So resale prices haven't really gone up substantially. Who knows if they'll do a restock or anything like that. So right now, maybe a good time to buy. I mean, I don't see prices going up anytime soon like that, but as far as this being a classic OG, we all know over time, eventually they should rise up. But for now, definitely solid release from Jordan Brand. I feel like we should kind of appreciate this release. I feel like many people have already moved on to these military blue 4s, but damn, them joints ain't dropping till April. We may get a shock drop or something like that. But for now, can we just appreciate these Bred 4s? Definitely a great release from Jordan Brand. And of course, speaking of the month of March, we do know Jordan Brand is looking to flood the market with, a whole bunch of releases. But I just wanted to kind of highlight some of the more important, marquee, more meaningful releases. So of course, coming up tomorrow, March 2nd, we got the Olive 5s making a comeback. Now, this isn't actually an OG sneaker or anything like that, but this is definitely a very valid release. This is a great looking sneaker. I mean, just take a look at these. And I remember when these joints dropped, I want to say it was like back in 2006, so a lot of great fits. This is back in the day when people were like matching their outfits to a T. So many great memories. Solid release from Jordan Brand. I don't feel like these will be hype or anything like that, but definitely a valid, definitely a good release. And then of course, next up, we got coming up March 9th, we have these white and gold 4s, women's exclusive release. Unfortunately, I don't think they're dropping in men's extended sizes, but there's just something about white Jordan 4s. Of course, we have these anniversary 4s. We have all of the various metallic 4s. 4s. But I would say, as far as the gold hits on here, the gold is a little bit tacky, but regardless, I feel like a very solid release again coming up March 9th. And then to finish off the month of March, coming up on the 23rd, we got the return of a classic, an OG. We got the Jordan Retro 9 Powder Blues. Now, I want to say that the powder blue colorway comes from MJ's alma mater, North Carolina. And I do have a confession to make. I've actually never owned a pair of Jordan 9. So while this is a good OG colorway, I don't think we've actually had these drop since like 2010. I'm rocking with these, but I will be passing on this colorway. I feel like as far as 9 goes, like the first pair I would have to go for would be like those olives that are going to be dropping coming up this fall, or like the OG home colorway, you know, the good just white and black pair. But these are still cool regardless. Again, dropping March 23rd. So those are just some of like the GR non-hype releases. But if you guys are looking for something a little more exclusive and hyped up, of course, we do have the Trophy Room Jordan 1 lows releasing. And of course, we all know how the first Trophy Room debacle went down. I feel like after that release, the heir to the throne, Marcus Jordan, will probably be on his best behavior as far as this release goes. So it seems like the early temperature, according to the streets, most people are really feeling the original Trophy Room 1 lows a little bit more than this pair. But it'll be interesting to see how this release goes, and I feel like these will be a very difficult, you know, pair to grab. It looks like they are supposed to be dropping coming up March 21st. And then of course we do have those Travis Scott Jumpman Jacks. While it's not confirmed yet, you know, some of the rumors are that we could see those joints dropping coming up in March. And it looks like Jordan Brand, Travis's team, they've been trying to get the hype rolling as they've been gifting out these pairs to influencers. They did do a little shock drop where it seemed like nobody was able to cop these. So of course, you know, resale prices are going crazy, but it feels like most people aren't really rocking with this sneaker, which I don't really know why. I feel like overall they look great, kind of a mashup of a lot of several different retro Nike trainers. So I feel like it's a cool look for Travis's debut model. And we all know Jordan Brand has huge plans for these, a lot of colorways coming soon. So I would imagine for the first initial release, they'll probably be super limited. The resale prices will probably be going crazy, and most people will take a L on this release. So you guys know how it goes. They usually like to make things a lot more limited. I would just hope that once we start to see more colorways pump out, they start to up the stock numbers and kind of see what type of impact, you know, a sneaker like this could have as Travis Scott's, you know, debut Jordan Brand silhouette. So a lot releasing for the month of March, some hyped up pairs, some GR classic OG Jordan retros, but of course everybody will have their eyes on those military blue 4s, which we could possibly see a shock drop going down sometime here in the month of March. So let me know what you guys think about Jordan Brand's retro March releases. Let me know what you guys think about these Bred Reimagined 4s. Were you guys able to grab these? You know, are you holding out paying resale for these, or are you possibly waiting for a Jordan to go ahead and restock them joints? Because as we all know, that could go down as one of the best sneaker releases of the year. So let me know what you guys think down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, help me out by dropping a thumbs up. Of course, we're gonna wrap things up right here. It's Friday, so in typical fashion, I'll be taking a couple of days off for the weekend unless something crazy happens. You guys already know I'll be checking in. But for now, I hope you guys having a great weekend, and I'll be back to check in with y'all on Monday. So make sure y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love.